Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and in this video I'll be giving you a quick tour of iOS 7 Beta 1 running on an iPhone 5. So Apple just announced this yesterday, and I decided to give it my 6.1.2 jailbreak to go ahead and give this a try because there's a lot of cool stuff going on here, and I just decided to go for it, and for the past 24 hours I've been pretty happy with it. Now I was planning on doing an installation video, but that didn't go as planned. So here I am with a quick tour. Now, you may have noticed that there are two versions of this video. One is black and one is white. So the black one has black iPhone around the actual video feed itself, and the other one has a white iPhone, just so you can see which one might look better on what particular device and things like that. So let's go ahead and start. So here is the lock screen. I am using the default wallpaper, and this is what it looks like. So you could swipe down from the top to bring up Notification Center, and this is what Notification Center now looks like. So yeah, you have three tabs at the top. You have one called Today, which gives you sort of a quick glance at what you have around your day, if you have calendar events or your different stock notifications. You have a tab for All, which shows you all of your notifications that you might have missed. And you have a dedicated tab for missed notifications. So that's Notification Center. And now you have a new one called Control Center. So this gives you quick toggles to airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Do Not Disturb, and your portrait orientation lock. You also have a slider for dealing with your brightness. You have a dedicated music player. You have AirPlay and AirDrop right there. And you have quick access to your flashlight, clock, calculator, and the camera application. And of course you could access your camera application directly from the lock screen itself by just sliding up from the bottom right. And this is what it looks like. It's practically completely different. You have your flash toggle in the upper right. You can switch to the front facing camera from the upper right. I think I got that mixed up, but anyway, you have different modes you could slide through. So here's video mode. You have photo mode, of course, square, mainly for Instagram, of course, and the panorama mode. Some of the other new features include actual filters. So here's what some of those look like. You could activate HDR by tapping on the HDR logo there. Tapping to focus works just like before, although after you take a photo, your screen just flashes instantly, and instead of seeing a preview of it and having it fly into the preview folder here, all it does is just flash and show up as a thumbnail. So that is the camera app. So let's go ahead and slide to unlock. And here we have our new home screen. And I didn't bother to set up my personal applications because I wanted to show you the actual main home screen as if it was a brand new installation of iOS 7, which this pretty much is. So here's what the home screen looks like. As you can tell, most of the icons remained the same, although a number of them have changed, including photos. That's completely different. Game Center is totally different, for better or for worse, I guess. This is what it looks like. It's noticeably different. I'm not sure if I like this yet, but that is what Game Center looks like. Let's go into notifications, and here's what notifications look like. Or messages, oh my goodness. Here's a new calendar application. So here is your daily view, you have your week view at the top. Here's the month view, and you can go back to a year view as well. Lots to check out. There we go. Next, you have an app for photos, of course. That's what this looks like. One thing that is different, if you don't want to sort it by albums, you can sort it by moments, as they call it, and it just groups photos together depending on when you took them, where you took them, and things like that. Here we have the shortcut for the camera app, of course. The weather app has completely changed, and here is the weather information locally, and you can see that we have a nice video background. It's obviously raining, some clouds and lightning in the background. We can swipe over to the next city. It's 108 degrees in Phoenix. That is just crazy. It's going to be 111 tomorrow. Anyway, here's another city, mostly cloudy. Now if you want to view all of your cities at a glance, just pinch and you can see all of them at once. And let's go over to the clock application. It has a makeover. It's not really formatted properly at the top because of the double wide status bar at the top, or double tall I should say. But this is generally what it looks like. If you haven't noticed, I'm using AirPlay mirroring to record this over to my MacBook Air over the personal hotspot. I'd go into Maps, but that shows my personal location and you don't really need to see that. Here we have the video application. Nothing to really see there. You'll see more of what would be similar to that in the Music app. Here we have the Notes app. Completely different. No skeuomorphism going on here. Whether that's good or bad is up to you. And we have the Reminders app, which I personally never use, but that's what it looks like. Again, I apologize for the double tall status bar at the top. Here's what stocks look like. Pretty much the same, except that it's more darker than before. Already showed you Game Center. Here we have Newsstand. It looks different, but now you can put Newsstand in a folder if you don't want it to be on a home screen page. Here we have the iTunes Store. And here we have the iTunes App Store. Here we have Passbook. Works pretty much like before. The Compass app is pretty cool, although I have to calibrate it every time I use this, which is a little bit annoying. So it says it needs to complete a circle, which I'm pretty sure I just did. There we go. So here's a compass, and here we have this view as more of a level. So if you get it exactly at 0 degrees, your screen will light up green. And now we have the Settings app, so it looks much cleaner than before, as you can tell. So now let's move on to some of the the applications that are in my dock. So here is the dialer for the phone app. Looks kind of clean. It's nice and bright, which I've always liked. One thing I don't like about jailbreak themes is that most of them are based off of dark icons and wallpapers and user interface graphics, so I like how iOS 7 is pretty bright. Here we have the Mail application, and you can see what this looks like. Seems like it took some elements from Mailbox. I'm sure Mailbox users know about those already. And here we have Mobile Safari, which has received a much needed interface update. And this is what the new tabs interface looks like. It's 3D, obviously. Let's go ahead to the weather website that I usually go to and show you a couple of tabs. Here's what 2 tabs look like. And now let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Music application. Now, it received a much needed interface update as well. Not really so much when you're browsing songs, but when you're at your Now Playing list here, it looks noticeably different. Now at the bottom, you have 3 actual buttons. One says Shuffle, one says Create, and one says Repeat. Those are cut off because of the, again, double tall status bar at the top. But that's pretty much the same, but we do have a new Radio tab, which is for iRadio, and this obviously lets you listen to music for free with ads or without ads if you have iTunes Match. I've tried it yesterday and it works just fine. You just pick a station and it starts playing songs, and from what I've read, you're able to skip tracks up to, I think, 7 times per hour per station. Here I have my second page, and here we have a stock folder called Extras. So of course you have one for contacts, and you also have your calendar, which looks a bit too flat, I think. And we also have FaceTime, which is now its own dedicated application as seen on the iPod Touch and iPad, whereas before on the iPhone it was integrated into the phone app. So I don't really like how it's separated. It just made more sense to stick it into the phone application, I think. And here we have all of my third-party applications. Now, as of Beta 1, there are some apps that do not work properly, such as eBay. So what eBay will do is sit here at the splash screen for a good 15 seconds, I think, and then it'll eventually crash. So right now we pretty much just have to wait until it crashes, which should hopefully be within the next couple of seconds or so. There we go, so it just finally crashed. And let's see, the rest of these applications work. Skype does not work fully, so obviously it'll open up as you can see here, but as soon as I go to the recent chats tab, it just goes ahead and crashes. So that doesn't work properly. I thought there was one more application, but oh, Steam. That just crashes upon startup, so that's that. Now let me go ahead and show you some of the more notable features. So one more thing real quick, to access Spotlight, you just have to swipe down from anywhere on your home screen page and it'll bring up Spotlight. Okay, so of course we have Control Center, that's very new, but now we have an updated version of multitasking. So this is what it looks like. You just double tap on your home button like before, and you have this WebOS-like card interface. So to switch to an app, you could either tap on the actual app preview, or you could tap on the app's icon below it. If you need to close an app from the background, all you have to do is swipe up on it. And since you could view up to 3 applications in one view at once, you could swipe up on all of them to get rid of them all at once. Like so. Let me go ahead and get rid of some more. And some more. And even more. There we go. Oh, need to get rid of Game Center. There it is. And I think that about does it for this video. If there's anything I missed, let me know and I'll go ahead and describe it probably in the comments. I don't think I should do another video for one specific thing that I might have missed, but for the most part, that's it. I've been really enjoying it so far. One thing I don't like though is that when you're opening an application and the animations in general, they just seem a bit slow. I mean, they're smooth, but this actual speed of the animation just seems a bit too slow. So sometimes your general workflow is slowed down a bit because you have to wait for the animations to complete. Hopefully they speed this up in the future. If not, then that's where jailbreaking comes in again. So that's about it with this video. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback about this or anything else, feel free to leave those down below in the comments area. But that is it with this video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.